everyone. Happy Friday's Eve, as I always say. Welcome and thank you for tuning in for another Travel Talk Live. I am Tabitha, owner of the Travel Crew. We specialize in group travel experiences, and I always say we create phenomenal experiences for phenomenal people. And I'm so happy you all are tuning in. I see you all coming in. You may be in on our maybe on our Facebook business page. You may be tuning into through our YouTube channel. We're on YouTube. And you might be in our Facebook group. And just a little housekeeping, I say this every week. If you are in our Facebook group, which is the Travel Talk Facebook group, you will see over this post that's right now in the Facebook group, there's a little link that you can go ahead and register your name. Do that. And what that does is it allows me to see who's talking. Because if you don't do that, this is what I get. Facebook user, what you see on your screen right now. And I don't know who's saying anything to me. And I want to make sure you get your shout outs. Now, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Just do me a favor. When you make your comment, just tell me who it is so I can make sure I give you a little shout out. So to the Facebook user that told me hello, hi. We got Dana here. Hey, Dana. Ooh. We just pulling in everybody. Hello. We got Trudy, Sandra. Oh, this is good. I'm seeing my travel crew, people that have traveled. I got people who just came back from Dubai and Paris with me. Hi, Tasha. Hi, Lania. Hi, Kareem. Hello, Travel Crew unofficial blogger Sharon Howard. Hey, Tina. So glad for you to join us. Like I said, giving you some time to tune in. I appreciate you all telling me hi. This will be available afterwards as a replay. You can just go to the Facebook, YouTube, or Facebook group and you'll just see it playing. If you are tuning in on a replay, do me a favor and put replay in the comments. That way I'll know who caught it on replay. Also, you can go ahead if you want your friends to catch it later on. They couldn't make this session or maybe they are available. Go ahead and tag them, but also let them know if they can't make it. I had some people, and I appreciate you. I had people that actually email me or put comments in the social media saying, I can't make this session, but I really want to know, is it going to be available for me to listen to all the information? And of course it is, the replay is available. But if you have a friend that is disappointed that they're going to miss it, go ahead and let them know that the replay is there. You can tag them in the comments so they can find it. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Y'all are really coming in. I appreciate that. So I know why y'all are here. So let's just go ahead and get it started. We don't want to, I don't want to keep you from anything. It's a beautiful day out. Spring is here. It's still daylight and it's after 6:30. Isn't that good? So all of y'all are here for one thing. And I know what y'all are here for. And I'm so happy. I put out the comments today. And let's see. Oh, you know what, Tina, I'm sorry. I still got you showing on the screen. Let's see if I can do this. That's what y'all waiting on. This is why you tune in, and I'm not going to delay it. So here we are, y'all. I am introducing what we have coming up is the Soul of Italy. That's what I've titled this experience. And it's hitting Rome, Florence, and the Tuscany area. This is going to be next year, October 28th through November 6th of 2025. I heard you all. You put in the comments, you like these trips, but you like to be given time to pay on these trips. So I have it out early so you guys can go ahead and get ready. Now, when is this going to be available to book? It's not right now. Don't be mad. It's going to be available next week. So I'm pretty sure you're like, well, why in the world are you talking about this? This is why. I'm going to be out of town, y'all, next Thursday. I know I said that I was going to make a commitment to keep coming to you all live, and I've thought about it. I will actually be on a plane next Thursday at this time. So I said, well, what do? Do I push the launch of the trip back? And I was like, I can't do that because they've been waiting. So instead, what I decided is I'm going to talk about the trip tonight. This time next week, I'm going to just replay this, rebroadcast this, so you have it again, and the trip will be ready next week. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I'm getting hand claps and stuff. All right. Dana says she is ready. Sandra says she's ready. Lonnie gave me claps. All right, girl. Andrea says, hi. So, you know what? Let me just share it one more time. Just, sometimes I like to act a fool. Bam. If you just tuning in, this is what we're talking about. The experience is called The Soul of Italy, and it's Rome, Florence, and the Tuscany area next fall, October 28th through November 6th of 2025. Okay. So I'll show this again later on, but I wanted you to all see that. Now, some of you people, a lot of you already knew that a trip was coming because, you follow me and you've been on the website and you've been filling out the interest form. I'm going to tell you now, if you haven't filled out the interest form, you really need to do that. So you can see I put the address at the bottom. You need to be doing this right now. Go to this web address and you'll see the picture for coming soon for Italy. If you click on it, there is a sign-up sheet that expresses interest. If you've already done this before, you don't need to do it again. But if you haven't done it, even though I've already told you that this trip is coming out, you still need to sign up for this. And the reason being, people who signed up and expressed their interest first, they're going to get exclusive previews and maybe a little perks and surprises too. So you want to be on this list. This ensures that you get first sight at the trip. You're going to get little peeks and stuff. And it kind of gives you a VIP status. So you want to go ahead and sign up. So right there, you see the travelcrew.com/trips. Look for the Italy button. You'll see the picture with Italy. Go ahead and click on that and sign up. And that gets you into that on the interest list, the sign-up sheet. So while we're doing that, let's just go ahead and talk a little bit about this trip. Italy is, I would say it's special to me. For those that don't know, before the travel cruise started, I was already doing group trips. I had done a few group trips actually through my church, and then my uncle had me do one for his fraternity. But the second trip I did for my church was actually to Italy. My pastor came to me and he wanted to do kind of it was a music missionary trip where the choir went, and believe it or not, there is a Baptist association in Italy, and we partnered with them, and I do sing in the choir, and we perform in Rome and Florence. And it was a nice trip, great trip. And it was a challenge because he came to me, put this on me, and I was like, what? I had only done one trip before for us as a group, and it was a cruise to Mexico. And now he's putting me on another continent, but he had faith in me, and it was a great trip, y'all. It really was. So it's something that I was like, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it a little differently. We're not visiting the church. There's nothing wrong. Now, if you want to go to church and while you're in Italy, by all means, do it. I'm just saying this won't be a church-based trip. This will be more leisure. So I'm seeing if anybody here. If you were on that trip, feel free to let me know. Let me know that you're in the audience. Okay, so what we're going to do for this trip, this is going to be off the top of my head. I don't know why I cannot remember how many nights we're in there. November, what did I say? October 28th through November 6th. So we are doing 4 nights. I apologize, y'all, that I'm not remembering this off the top of my head because I had it. All right, so you're going to leave on October 28th, which is a Tuesday. You're not getting there to the 29th. This is always something I want you all to remember. A lot of times when you're traveling to these other countries, because sometimes people are like, oh, it's so many days. You're losing days, okay? Because of the time difference and the time zone. So you're going to leave on a Tuesday, but you're not going to arrive till Wednesday. So give me 1 second. I just want to make sure I got this right. Yep, wanted to make sure. Okay, it's 4 nights in Florence and 4 nights in Rome. The reason why I wanted to make sure is because I actually extended the trip. And originally I wasn't going to have it that long, but I looked at the itinerary and I was like, they're going to be missing out on some good stuff. And so I went back to my partners and stuff in Italy, and I was like, we gotta add some more things in there. I do that, y'all. I want you all to have a full experience, and so therefore I try to put some of the best parts, and I try to think of like, what are they going to ask me for, and what didn't I get, and that's why I had to go back. So this is actually going to be 8 nights. To those that get Veterans Day, I tried to work in Veterans Day. I hope I got it right. I tried to work in a Veterans Day holiday or somewhere near there. So maybe, that would help you with your days off. I also always incorporate a weekend into it, so it's not as many days off as you may think. Okay. Because, you got your weekend to work in there and things like that. And guys, if anybody's excited about that trip, put a 1 in the comment section. I want to see how excited you are. And also feel free to ask questions as I go along. I see some more people have joined. So as you're putting your 1s in there to let me know that you're excited, I'm going to, for the people that just joined, I'm just going to go ahead and highlight what we're doing. Again, if you just joined, we are talking about the Soul of Italy, which is taking place next fall. And we're hitting up Rome, Florence, and Tuscany. Okay. And if you're excited about this trip, let me get a 1. And if you're ready to hear more about this trip, put in the comments more. Ooh, we got 1s coming in. I like it. She put all the 1s. All right. Deborah, Dana, Sandra, Trudy. I got my Facebook user. Whoever you are, thank you. Hey, Gloria, Sharon, y'all on it. I see all my Europe people here who just were on the Paris trip. I see you. I see you came back. And then I got my Dubai people. I love y'all. I love y'all. This is like a family. If you have never traveled with the travel crew, you got to travel with us. Because see all these people here, they end up being friends. And then they just talk to everybody and they get excited because they're excited to see each other again. And if you haven't, maybe you didn't meet each other on this trip, you're going to meet somebody on another trip. So it's just a nice little family that just keeps rolling. So anyway, let's get into the itinerary. First, we're going to do, this is based out of New Orleans. I do these trips based on New Orleans because the majority of the travel crew, travelers live in New Orleans. Sometimes there are exceptions to it. And if there's ever an option for people to come in somewhere else, I let people know that. But as of now, consider the base New Orleans. And that is why, because some people are like, why? But Dubai, we left from Houston because that is a Emirates, which flies to Dubai, can leave out of Houston. And anybody's from New Orleans know that everybody and their grandma goes to Houston. For whatever reason, it's just an easy thing. Anyway, I'm not going to go too much into that. So we're going to start out. We're going to leave from New Orleans and we're going to arrive the next day, remember, in Florence. Now, Florence is part of the Tuscany area. And you saw it on there that I put Florence and Tuscany. And that's just to kind of, incorporate just a little bit of everything. So let me just touch on some of the things that you get to see when you're in Florence. We got the St. Martin Cathedral. I know I'm like missing some. Oh, duh. Michelangelo's David, the infamous, beautiful statue of naked man. I don't know how to put it, but put it in a much more culturally respective way. But anyway, the famous statue of David is there. You know what I did not get to see when I went to Italy? and I'm glad I'm going to get to see it, is the Leaning Tower of Pisa. We're actually going to go to Pisa and see, so we can all take, get Graham ready, get your pictures ready of everything you want to do. We're going to go to Pisa and see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And there's other stuff too. I don't want you to think like that's the only reason we're going. There's a cathedral in there to see. I'm just going through, y'all. It's so much stuff. It's hard for me to tell you everything. And I guess I should have written this out, put the highlights on here. But I'm just, I know I'm missing something key that I wanted to tell you all about this. Okay, so we got the Leaning Tower of Pisa. We have seen Michelangelo's David. You're going to do a walking tour of Florence. Oh, I know what I want to highlight. We're going to do a cooking class. Okay, so y'all think y'all can make good Italian food, but now we're going to see. Can you really? Do you really know how to cook? Just playing. So we're going to do a cooking class in Italy. I'm excited about that. Also, let me just, we're going to do, and I've heard about these. I have not been there, but I did look a little online. Everybody wants to go shopping when they get to Italy and they get all excited. I'm going to let you know now. You're going to see Gucci. You're going to see Louis. You're going to see Prada. You're going to see all that. And then you're also going to see the prices too. But what I found out, Italy in Florence, they got an outlet mall. And guess who has set it up so that we can go to the outlet mall and go shop? So yeah, so to all those that came with me the first time, we weren't in the outlet mall. We strolled all up in Florence and they had everything, y'all. In fact, I have still to this day, I have a cashmere wrap. I got an Italian cashmere wrap and I love that thing. It's so soft and it's beautiful, but I did not experience an outlet mall. So I'm excited to see an Italian outlet mall. So if you are a shopper, put it in the comment. I want to know who shops. I'm not the biggest shopper, but I know people who travel to shop. My mother is one of them. If you are a shopper, put it in the comments. So that was one of the highlights. I wanted to let you know in Florence that the outlet mall, and also we have a cooking class. Let me tell you the vibe in Florence. I really dig the vibe in Florence. Florence is so laid back. Even though I went to Italy, I did learn some words. I learned enough that when I bought that cashmere wrap, I entered the store. I was so happy. I greeted, the sales rep and, said that and, did my little intro. And then she kept talking to me in Italian. I was like, I didn't know anymore. And so, but, I tried. Anyway, the vibe is so nice that I felt very comfortable walking around Florence by myself. It is just an easygoing atmosphere, old world culture. It just kind of moves at a slower pace than you would at Rome, and you don't feel overwhelmed at all where we were. So I really did like the vibe of Florence. So if you've never been there, I think you would really enjoy it. I did more of a it was from the perspective of the church we were working with, but this is a little bit different. So indulge in a little more in experiences. Prepare yourself for some walking with it, but it's a nice vibe. I can't lie. I thoroughly like Florence. So Tasha said, I like to shop. Oh, y'all are shoppers, huh? Shoppers. Hey, if shopping is what you do, do it. So, but see, I had to look out for y'all because I know y'all are there. I'm not the biggest shopper, but I know y'all like to shop. So I had to put y'all out there. All right. So, so I have y'all straight with that. Also, with our trips, breakfast is always included. I always make sure breakfast is never on the mind. And, some of the meals, as well. Those who have been with the travel crew know I try to work on some meals with the experiences as well, but you never have to worry about breakfast. That breakfast is always included in the meals in the day. I like to do that. Once you get breakfast out the way, each of their breakfast, you don't have to really think about stuff anymore. And if you're skeptical to try new foods, breakfast is kind of everybody got eggs and sausage or something like that. But and if I, you know what, one of the best croissants I had was in Italy. I know this sounds crazy, like the croissant should come out of Paris, but I had one in Italy. Those things were amazing. But anyway, I digress. So we're talking about Florence. Now we're gonna spend 4 nights in Florence. We're gonna go to Rome from Florence. Oh, Florence and the Tuscany area. We're gonna go from there to Rome by way of a charter bus. It's only like a 2 hour journey. So we're gonna do that. But on the way to Rome, we're gonna stop off and have an Italian wine tasting. What? So I know the people that went with me to South Africa the first time, you know, we did a wine tasting, and I know when we went back to South Africa, that crew set up their own wine tasting, and they went out to Seven Sisters Black Owned Winery, South Africa. If you're checking it out, and they had a wine tasting. Well, we're gonna do a wine tasting with a meal in between. I don't exactly know where it is. It's in between Florence and Rome. So somewhere along that journey, we're going to stop off and visit a winery, do a cellar tour, and we're going to have a wine tasting. If you are not a wine drinker, it's okay. There's still food that is going to be sampled. It's okay if you're not a wine drinker and you just want to go on a trip. Be prepared that they're going to offer you wine a lot in Italy, but you don't have to drink it. You know, there's soft drinks, there's water. They're going to offer you water a lot. Ice is not a big thing. Just letting you know now. So don't expect like a big cup of ice or anything like that. Just something to keep in mind. All right, so we've made it to Rome. So let's just touch on some of the things. And guys, you know, I'm not going, these things that I say, I'm not listing every little detail, but I'm just trying to give you some highlights of what to expect. Excuse me, with Rome, we're going to see the typical iconic spots like the Trevi Fountain, the Pantheon. What I'm excited about seeing is the Colosseum. Reason being, when I went, the Colosseum was going through repairs and renovations and stuff. So all I could do is see it from the outside. I never got to, you know, actually tour it. So I'm looking forward to that. The Roman Forum, and we're going to do, let's see, I'm trying to figure out, I'll go ahead and spoil y'all with what some of the other stuff we're doing. One thing, and I know what everybody associates with Rome, is the Vatican area, and so we will be doing that with the Vatican museums. We're going to go with St. Peter's Basilica. And I have to say, some of the most ornate decorations you will ever see are in that Vatican area and St. Peter's Basilica. All this beautiful gold trim and just illustrious tapestries and just like that can be found. You will find yourself just looking up and around constantly because that's all the opulence is there. It's a very beautiful thing to see. So we will be checking that out. You will get free time in Rome too. By then, I'm confident that you will feel comfortable to spend a whole day in Italy to do on your own. There is some free time in Florence as well. I think we got like some half days and stuff. I try to listen because y'all tell me y'all want some free time too. But by the time you're feeling really comfortable, go explore Italy on your own. I welcome it. And just some more highlights. I'm not going to spoil the dinner. We just have me and my rep, we're working on a really good closing dinner. And everybody that's been on the trip knows I try to do something special when we close it out. At some point, there has to be some type of special meal. In Dubai, we had a lovely firework, you know, inspired meal. And then we did, actually, that wasn't even the last meal. We were on a yacht. We did a yacht experience. Also did another little boat experience in South Africa. We've done in Paris. We had a cabaret show as our final meal. So I always try to do something. I want y'all to experience these things. Okay. So let me give you the vibe of what to expect in Rome. And I'm seeing these comments. I'm loving these comments. Trudy is an outlet shopper. Dana is a shopper. Sharon Howard says she loves it. And she's in. And she loves the travel crew trips. I love you too. And to my Facebook user, hey, like I said, if you're tuning in from the Facebook group, feel free to, there's a little link that you should see over the Facebook group that lets you register your name. That way I can see your name. If not, it comes in like that. And if that's the case, just go ahead. You just say who it is. That's fine. I will see who is saying what to me, and I'll give them a shout out. Now with Rome, Rome is going to be a different vibe. If you live in New Orleans or if you're from the New Orleans area, don't be shocked how much Rome looks like the Quarter. I know this sounds crazy because you would think French Quarter Rome, but it really does. There are a lot of spaces that kind of give you that New Orleans feel. Rome moves faster than Florence. It's a bigger city, a faster vibe. That's what I would say about that. It's still, it's a nice experience. It's just a different type of vibe. It kind of moves faster and everything. And you got to take big city precautions, that kind of thing. I mean, let's just be honest. Some people talk about pickpocketing. That's expected with tourists. It happens. You just and there's ways to, I wouldn't say don't go there because of that. It happens with anywhere we travel. I just felt I was more, I don't want to say on guard, just I didn't look around as much in Florence as I did when I was in Rome, but it's a nice experience and everything. I like the people. I love too much of the gelato. I cannot lie. The gelato was good. It got to the point, y'all, that there was a shop down from our hotel, and the guy knew us as we walked in. He we had gone there so much, but you know what? It is what it is. I fell in love with gelato. Anyway, there's good food. I can't lie. After when I came back, I did not need to touch pizza or pasta for quite some time. Pizza and pasta is everywhere. It did get to the point I was searching for other different dishes to eat. And let's see, I think that's the first time I had lamb chops was in Italy. I had one of the best steak sandwiches in Italy, believe it or not. So it's a good vibe. It's good food, good culture, and it's just a beautiful experience. And I think I'm somebody that, like I said, you all know before, that I'm just determined that we all start tapping into this generational wealth that others have been experiencing for decades and decades and decades, and that we see the world ourselves, that we let everybody else know what it's like to see our face present in these different arenas and different places. And that is my privilege to provide that to you. I like to create these experiences that you feel safe, you feel part of a group, and that we can just go and explore and have fun. So if you have any more questions about this trip, put them in the comment section, because I know I didn't go through in super detail what was in the trip, but I tried to give you some highlights. If you felt there were some things I skipped over, if you were just wondering, let me know. With the travel crew trip, if you have never been on a travel crew trip, we have, like I said, we have a good group of people. Once you book with us, you're just always a member of our family. Everybody, I have not had a trip yet where somebody has not become friends with somebody they met on the trip. I see Gloria here. Y'all, Gloria has not booked yet. When Gloria first reached out to me, Gloria had a group of friends that were dragging their feet, and Gloria said, forget you, I'm booking anyway. Gloria just ends up finding a roommate by the time the trip goes, and she ends up just being, she gets along with them so well. She and somebody that went to the Saints game in London, they're like buddies now, and I think it's great. I know somebody else, Miss Sharon, convinced somebody on the South Africa trip to join our Mardi Gras crew. It just, it evolves like that. So not everybody's going to give you that experience, but you're going to get that with the travel crew. If you do not have somebody to room with, we have the The single traveler option, it does cost more, where you can travel by yourself. And there's some people who just want that because they don't want to travel with anybody else, a room with anybody else, and that's fine. For this trip, we do have roommate matching available, meaning if you don't come with a roommate, if there is another person who is traveling by themselves but looking for a roommate, we can match it. So don't let that deter you. You can also, if you just join our group, you could put in a group, is anybody looking for a roommate to go to Italy? And you never know who you may find. Go ahead and do that, and you may find somebody as well. I'm saying don't let the fact that those friends that are like, I don't know if I should go, forget them. They're gonna decide. They're still gonna be deciding when you picking out your comfortable shoes to walk in. They're still gonna be saying, I don't know. And meanwhile, you have gone ahead and gotten yourself ready and you're about to head off to Italy. So leave them. You're going to make some new friends. Okay. Also, what we like to do is, if you're not familiar, the travel crew has payment plans. So what you can pay for the trip in full by all means, but also we set it up where you put down a deposit and then you have automatic payments every month up until the due date to pay out your trip. And that's why I'm trying to release this trip early, because you all told me already you like to have your extended payment plans. So I heard you. I'm trying to do that for you. So that's an option as well. All of our trips, we have chartered services. Like, of course, now that's one thing I need you all to know. In Italy, you will have to do more walking, maybe than you did on other trips, especially even more perhaps than we did in France, because some of the streets just you can't get through the streets with any type of larger vehicle. So you're going to have to walk. So, you will have to have comfortable shoes. I am setting it up that we can have ground transportation as much as possible, but there are some areas that it just cannot be covered and you have to walk. So just keep that in mind as something to know. But we do make sure that we have the nice, comfortable AC transportation. And also, when possible, we always give VIP entrances to all of the tour stuff. If it's available, that's what we work on, so we can just bypass the line. Also, it's like I said, it is mostly people from New Orleans, but you do not have to be from New Orleans to go on this trip. We do have people. I noticed our followers are expanding outside of Louisiana, and that's awesome. That's great. If you don't want to fly into New Orleans or leave from New Orleans, we do have a land only option. What that means is you're paying for everything but the flight. With that going on, the flight, you would be responsible for booking your flight from wherever you're leaving from to Italy, but I would give you the information to make sure that you're going to meet us at the proper spot. So it's not like you would fly by yourself, but you wouldn't do we wouldn't leave you hanging, just so you know. So we try to make sure that everybody's included with that. Oh, let me go into the sections and see what we have here. Sandra said, yes, leave them behind. I really enjoyed my roommate. Okay. Gennaro. Hey, Gennaro. Are the trips couple friendly, or should I get a female friend to go? Our trips, I'm going to be honest with you, the majority of our trips are women. The majority of our travelers are women, but that's not because I make them towards women. They're towards anybody. We have had men on South Africa. We've had them on Dubai. We have men we're going to Alaska in June for our Alaska cruise. So I welcome men to come on this trip, but men don't want to leave the country as much as the women. I don't know what's up with that. Brothers, if y'all are on here right now, let me know why y'all aren't jumping on these planes with us to go everywhere. Okay. So, yeah, do that. We have had men there. Oh, Gloria is reminding me. Yes, we had men. You're right, Gloria. How did I forget that for the Saints game? Yeah, men in London as well. So we do have men on our trips. Just tell your husband, it may not be a ton of men, but there will be men. So I do make it like that. So it's not a couples trip, but men are more than welcome, and men have been on our trip. So just to let you know that. Ms. Howard feels that the trip is couple friendly. Drusilla's asking, if the Saints have an international game this season, will you create a trip? I do not know that. I'm not going to say no. I'm going to say I don't know. And we're going to leave it at that one. We did have fun. To those that didn't know, we did when the Saints were in London, we did that, and we kind of made I had a black and gold experience where you could just come up for the game. It was the black experience, but you could do the gold experience, and we did a whole week in London. So that was really nice with that. So I'm not sure. The reason being, I don't know where the Saints are, who's chosen to play until you guys do. I get hints and rumors, but it's never official. So I with hints and rumors, all I can do is notify my people that I might be doing something. Even last year, there were hints that the Saints were going to get Germany, and then I forgot who they switched the Saints out with, and the Saints didn't get Germany. So I don't know. That's a hard one. It's not the easiest to plan. It was fun, don't get me wrong, but we'll have to see. So can't say for sure. Okay, so I think thank you for that question, Drusilla. Does anybody have any questions about Italy? The trip will be open next week. Like I said before, you want to get on right now, get on the list. Even if you're not going to go on the trip, why wouldn't you want to find out about the trip before everybody else? I'm telling you already, the perks are this right here, being on the VIP list. This is where you want to be. Trust me. I'm throwing you enough hints. Everybody knows I give y'all hints, and then y'all don't take the hints, and then y'all talk about me. I don't know why I didn't do that. I don't know either. But I try to tell you ahead of time. So go ahead and get on the list. Wink, wink, wink. The trip is dropping next week. So more, I'm working out final details, guys. That's all I'm doing right now, so that everything is set. You know me, I like to make things thorough. Hence why I even ended up adding a day to the trip. Miss Sharon said the cost. That's going to be revealed next week, Miss Sharon. But I will say my cost always, I try to make it a fair value with everything that you get. So you always get a lot more. Those were just the highlights of what I had to offer. The ground transportation, the hotels. We have an English speaking guide, just so you know that we always have a guide with us. And if I didn't mention, there's a travel crew host on site, so there will always you're never alone. I know I've had somebody that asked me about that with our hosted trips, and I didn't realize that wasn't clear. I never seen you on a trip by yourself, meaning like there's never that I would ever put you out there and a bunch of you all just show up and I'm like, go for it. Now let me clear something. That's for a travel crew experience. We also have tailor-made trips where you can get your own custom-made trip. For those trips, that's different because that's your trip that I help you put together. But for our hosted travel crew experiences, there is always a travel crew host on site to be with you for the journey, in addition to having an English speaking tour guide or assistant, whatever the proper name they want to use, who is on ground in Italy to help as well. So you always have that, and that's always a good thing as well. We help you if you haven't been on a travel crew trip, you book, you pay, but leading up to the trip, you're going to get all this information along the way. I'm not going to have you going in there not prepared. You're going to get info on the weather, how to dress, the customs, what to tip, what to expect. You are so prepared that, I just can't leave you hanging. That it's a book, pack, go kind of experience. I try to take care of everything just so you can relax, be at peace, and enjoy yourself. And I think I have enough people here that would agree with me. Do y'all agree? The people that have traveled with me before, if you agree, just go ahead and put agree in the comments, just so I can assure the other people that it is a worthwhile experience. It's worth your money. I do try to work hard to make sure that you are fulfilled, not just satisfied, fulfilled. I try to give you those amazing experiences. So Trudy said agree. Thank you. Trudy was in Paris with us. Love it, guys. I appreciate it. 100% agree, Gloria. Gloria has been with me from jump since the first official travel crew trip, and she keeps coming back. Thank you guys for the love. I appreciate it. Does anybody have any more questions? Please put them in the comment section. If not, I'm not going to hold y'all. I still got some daylight. What are y'all doing with all this daylight now? Don't you feel now that, like, the time has changed? You don't feel as confined, like you feel like I got errands to run, or like I need to go spray my grass. I got weeds, y'all. I know that's extra, but I need to do that. And I wanted to buy some flowers, but don't y'all feel like, it's daylight? I got more to do. I can still do something. Oh, let's see. Tasha is asking, are you going to plan a trip to Greece? It's on the horizon. I don't want to say yes and then I not I not come through. But thank you, Patasha. It is something that I've recognized that people want to do. I'll say that much. Trudy is asking, how many hours is the flight travel? Ooh, let me try to remember. If I remember correctly, it was 14 hours. Let's go between 12 and 14. I want to say it was like 14. It's not as long as Dubai and South Africa, but it's not short either. I think it was around that, Trudy. Yeah, let's go between 12 and 14. Of course, it also depends on like the route taken by the airline, and of course, stops may get longer, and because New Orleans is not anywhere that would take a direct flight, it would make it a longer. Oh, just since we're talking about flights, those just so you know, because if you're thinking like, maybe I'll do this, but I'm going to do my own flight, we're going to arrive in Florence, but we're going to leave from Rome. When we're returning home, we're flying home from Rome. So we're going to fly to Florence and we're going to fly back from Rome. Just something to keep in mind. I know those people that went with me when I did it for the church to Italy. We did Rome, then we went to Florence, and then we went back to Rome. So we did a round trip from Rome. Sandra, you like to come home and relax. That I find myself doing that too, but I have so much to do. And y'all, I'm not even gonna tell you. Okay, I'll go ahead and tell y'all. I don't know. I'm sitting here talking. I can't even see y'all. I'm just reading the comments. So I was working on this trip, getting the website ready, and then for some reason, I was like, when does Bridgerton come back on? And I looked at Netflix and I saw, for those that watch Bridgerton, it comes on next month. And my behind said, I probably should just recap on the episodes. And I started watching some and I got distracted. So if I push back the launch of the trip, blame it on Bridgerton. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I was like, I got time. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you have any Bridgerton fans out there, but yeah, I got sidetracked a little by Bridgerton, but that's what I get for taking. I'm in my office now. If I take this laptop in front of the TV, then I get distracted. So sometimes I just sit here and, anyway, I need a break sometimes. Okay, let's see. Tasha says she's gonna take a sleeping pill for the long flight. I don't blame you, girl. And I'm getting the last about Bridgerton. At least I'm honest. So now y'all know what I'm watching. Okay. And I I don't know what to watch though. It's like I don't know what's out. So lately I've been spending so much time in front of my computer that is if the TV is on, it's playing like old shows because I just don't know what's out there. So anyway, I decided I paid for Netflix. I might as well see what's actually on there. And then that's when I saw Bridgerton's coming back. Anyway, I got distracted. Okay, guys. So I don't see any more questions coming in about Italy. Again, like I said, you want to go to thetravelcrew.com, go to our trips page, go ahead, click on Italy, sign up there. That makes sure that you get the information, you get that VIP status for our Italy trips. And that you'll be first in the know. I thank you so much for taking the time out to spend your Friday Eve with me. I hope y'all have a great day. I hope you have a great weekend. I didn't even ask if y'all had a great Easter. I had a great Easter with my family. I had a lot of fun. Went to church, spent time with the family. So it was an amazing time. So I hope that you had the same. Please, I always tell y'all to go out there and be safe. So be safe if you're getting out in the streets, getting out and about. Just stay safe. I always tell you put on that sunblock. And I know I told y'all last week, and because I know y'all heard me and y'all paid attention, I know y'all went out and you applied for your passport if you didn't have one. And if you do have a passport, I know you took the time to check the expiration date on your passport to make sure that you could go ahead and go on these trips and that you were good to go. So I'm just going to trust that you did that. But I wanted to let y'all know this. This just came out this week. And I need to go ahead and share it in the group. Y'all, remember I told y'all to go ahead and get global entry and that it was $100? Guess what, y'all? It's going up. It's going up this year from 100 to 120. So if I'm going to put it in a group, off the top of my head, I want to say it increases in October. I can't remember for sure, but I will drop it in a group. You need to do that now. Remember, I said go ahead and get on it. So you need to go ahead and apply. If you don't have your passport, get your passport. If you have your passport and it's about to expire, go ahead and renew it. And then go ahead and apply for global entry. I'm telling you, you want this. If you're going to be traveling internationally, you need to get global entry. And Drusilla is saying that she saw the article. Yes, definitely. It's increasing, guys, this year. So go ahead. If you don't have it, you need to do that. Sandra, why are you calling your buddy out? You have to call your girl out. You had a party for your mom. Oh, her birthday was Easter Sunday. That was so nice. That's nice. I like that. Family's important. All right, guys. So there it is at the bottom. Remember, you're signing up for the list. You're getting your passport updated and you're doing global entry, because don't say nothing to me when you finally decide. You're like, tell them that it's 120. You said in your video 100. I'm telling you now, on April 4th of 2024, that it's increasing this year to 120. So you want to go ahead and apply now. Gloria, I'm leaving that between you and Sandra. She just wants you to check your passport. That's all. All right, guys. So thank you again for taking this time out with me. Remember, I'm not going to, if you are watching this on replay, put replay in the comments. I am not going to be live next Thursday. I will be traveling, but I will go ahead and set this exact recording up. So today is April 4th, 2024, just so we can notice it's going to play again. This exact recording will play next week. Okay, so even if your friends don't watch the replay, you can tell them to go ahead and tune in next week. I'll go ahead and rebroadcast this while I go ahead and travel. So, all right, y'all, let's be ready. Keep your ears open. It's dropping. Solar Italy. Let me go ahead. I like that. Did y'all like the I like the graphics. I always try to do, I don't know. Maybe I'm extra. There's nothing wrong with being extra. I thought that was nice. I liked it. So hopefully y'all like it. But anyway, that's the Solar Italy. So that's what we finished talking about. That's where we're going to head out for 2025. And the trip drops next week. I will see you when I return. Thank you so much, Drusilla. Thank you for the well wishes. All right, guys, you all have a great weekend. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.